There, I'm Leigh Fowler, and I'm a content strategist. I wanted to pop in here with the top question I'm getting from my clients a lot in January 2025. And we have this desire to get a lot of content out. They have a desire to get a lot of content out, and the overwhelm is real. So I want you to think about really quickly sitting here with me for about 5 minutes, and I will share with you some of the things that I coach them through and get them thinking about when it comes to questions like where should I post? When should I post? How often should I post? What am I posting about? All those things. I'm going to try and answer for you in the next 5 minutes. There is no script. I'm just going to try and rattle off the top of my head. So grab a pen and paper, pause if you have to, and let's see how this goes. So first of all, one of the questions is like, what am I writing about on each of my channels and how often and how do I do that? Do you have a grid? Do you have a system? So what I want you to think about is first, you do have to do a little bit of work. So you have to ask yourself for each of those platforms, who is the platform for and what is the promise? So if you haven't determined that already, then I want you to think about that. So if it's Instagram, if it's your newsletter, if it's a Facebook group with a specific name and vision and identity, I want you to think about each of those as different properties, different rooms of a house, if you will, and what goes on there, right? Why do people come? Why do they follow? What's in it for them? And so make sure you capture that like information because it's important for you and it's also important for the rest of your team. The other thing I want you to think about is ultimately like how do you want the people that are coming into your platform or participating in it, experiencing it, how do you want them to interact? How do you want them to feel? And what is the goal actually at the end of the day? Like why are you putting all this effort into this platform? Like what are you trying to achieve? The beautiful thing about online marketing is that you can get access to metrics and numbers and engagement, and it really can paint a picture of what's working and not working when you know what to look for. So, one of the things I want you to think about are, you know, what at the end of the day, I like to work with the end in mind. So, what is the end goal here? So, when you post on Instagram, are you looking to grow your following? Are you looking to get new eyeballs? Or are you looking to entertain the people that are already there? The other question you might ask yourself if it's a Facebook group is, why did the group like members join and why are they still here? What are they looking for? What is it about the community or the promise that they're excited about? And how do you want them to act when they're in your community? And if it's a personal page versus a business page, again, you may have a different promise in each of those. Like on the personal side, you might just be posting more of like your recipes and adventures. Maybe you're tying it into your business. And on your business page, you may also have a content type of strategy. So, for example, depending on the platform, you may have a video strategy, you may have a posting strategy, you may have an ad strategy. So there's like, the list goes on, probably still overwhelmed. So what I want you to think about next is to calmly think about like really breaking it down into 7 days of the week. And on each of those days for each platform, like one platform at a time, think about each day as a way of service to your community online. So look at it as Mondays are a way to inspire, Tuesdays are a way to guide, Wednesdays are a way to curate information for them, Thursdays might be a tip, Fridays might be a community share or opportunity to post or poll or get some engagement. Saturdays might be entertainment Saturdays or kind of entertainment meme style content theme. And maybe Sundays are education or inspiration again, or perhaps a look ahead at the week and a commentary on how the week went, whatever it is. So determine like your themes for each day. And then what I want you to do is determine your content type for each of those themes. So for example, if your content of the day is inspiration, your content type can fall into a ton of categories. So it could be a text-based post. It could be a quote. It could be a meme. It could be a link. It could be a tip sheet. It could be an infographic. It could be a video. Did I say that already? It could also be a photo collage. And it could also be what other different types of content do we have here? You got to pop those in the comments below and help me out here a little bit. But you get the gist of the idea. So for Mondays, if Mondays was inspiration on your business page, what you could do is then think about really like what type of content you're delivering, and each type of those content on that inspiration theme could be a day of the week for the next 8 weeks. So if you came up with 8 content types for inspiration and then just decide to post that inspiration on Mondays for the next month, like 8 Mondays, and it could be even the same piece of information, but shared differently because we all absorb and interact with content differently. And the algorithm often serves up the type of content that we're most used to interacting with. So by creating one piece of content in 8 different ways, you can actually create almost a 2 month schedule of content for Mondays if you have that plan of attack. So the other thing I want you to think about is potentially maybe it's not 7 days of the week, but maybe it's 3 content themes that your one Instagram channel is always talking about, for example. So if people follow you on Instagram, they are following you because XYZ. And so what are those items, those content themes, XYZ? And then again, go down the grid, the content grid, if you will, and think of those 8 ways to share that content theme in a different style. So it could be a story, a carousel, a reel, a poll. It could be a share. It could be a collaborative post. I mean, we got 5 ways right there. It could be a list style text-based post. There's 6. And then furthermore, it could also be a graphic post only with copy and caption. So we got 7 or 8 ways to share a theme or content theme. So I hope this helps you. Maybe think about gridding out your content and really getting clear on having a different content strategy for each of your platforms, because we can even drill this down into newsletters, right? So why does someone want to give you their email address? Well, they want to engage with you. They want that content. They want that at their fingertips, and they enjoy the format of the inbox and the read. And so they will sign up for your newsletter. So you want to make sure that when they do sign up, that you're delivering on the promise. And it's so important to revisit these things on a regular basis. So hope that helps you out today, and have a great one. Bye for now.